So, my name is not Zach Bradley. My name is Ellie Krieger, and I'm really excited to be on here tonight. You guys may notice I am in a hotel. This is not where I live. I am actually in Wisconsin right now visiting my brother, who is over there also. So, I got my brother, I got a toddler. Hopefully, this goes smoothly with background noise, but I am just excited to talk about this topic. And I'm not going to lie, I researched the things before I came on here because, you get this in your head where you're like, hey, I'm going to go talk to, I don't know how many people about social media, like Instagram, Facebook, VIP groups, Facebook groups, all the things. And like, what if I don't say something smart? But then I really like kind of stepped back, and as I was looking up different things, I was reading like my 5 best Instagram strategies and like my top 8 things to do on this social media platform and all of this stuff. And I can only imagine if I'm feeling like overwhelmed by just researching a call, how overwhelming social media could be for a brand new rep. So my goal tonight is just to sit here calmly and imagine that I'm a new rep, or I've got a whole bunch of new reps in front of me and I want to train on this stuff. So I'm not going to give you guys like these grandiose things to do on your social media. I want to actually only give you like one thing that I think is so key. But first, I want to just do a little intro. I've been with Zaya Active since December of 2017. I had no experience in the network marketing channel prior to this. I didn't have like a background in social media or marketing. I went to a wildlife and forestry school for business. So I'm not really sure like if I came into this with a ton of prerequisites, but I do know the thing that I'm going to talk about tonight, I did and still do to this day. And I don't think I do it any better than anybody. If you guys follow me on any platform, you know I do not have these huge followings. I don't have these like, tens and thousands of people on my Facebook page or my groups or my Instagram, anything like that. So if anything, I just want to encourage you guys to use social media. I think social media gets sort of this bad rep as this place that we can spend too much time and get distracted, which is true. But social media is a really cool place to do all the things with your business and in life. So I feel like this is something I'm really strongly tied to because I'm a military spouse. We're always moving, and social media has always been very consistent for me when it comes to connecting with people and being a part of online communities and groups, and then meeting people in person as a result of those things. So tonight we're talking about Facebook VIP groups, Facebook business pages, Instagram things. And I'm going to quickly say, Madison, Jules, turn that down. Thank you. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is Panera. Does anybody like eat at Panera? I know this is really weird. Has anybody been into a Panera recently? There's like 4 of you who have your videos on, so I'm not really sure. But if you've been into a Panera recently, I guess they like changed what the inside kind of looks like. I mean, I think McDonald's even went through this a while ago where they really like revamped the inside. Panera used to be sort of like always cafe looking, but it had these like very colorful booths and things like that. Now it's more like Subway white tiles, very like marketplace looking. Super clean, like not that it wasn't clean, but the reason I bring this up is because it's a reminder to me that if you hear something tonight and you're like, crap, I haven't been doing that on my social media, it's okay to go back and change. Like huge businesses and corporations and organizations change the way their stuff looks often. They rebrand and they revamp the way things look on the inside. And that's okay if tonight you take something away and instead of thinking like, crap, I've been doing it all wrong, you just change it. Like, that's okay. I have like 5 or 6 pages of notes, but this one seems to make the most sense. It's literally like one words going all the way down to kind of keep me on track. When I was saying that I research stuff for Instagram and Facebook, like one thing I want you guys to do is like, if you hear like 5 steps and 8 things to do and all that, be mindful of how much time you're spending learning how to be good at your social media and how much time you're not spending taking action. So don't become just like a professional consumer of information on these topics. You still got to do it, and you still got to try it, and you still got to decide, like, did that feel good? Did it not feel good? Did I get the results I was looking for? Did that really suck? Whatever, but you still got to do it. So don't get stuck in the trap of like, I listened to this podcast, I read this book, I did this course, I have this coach, that all these people who are telling me how to do these things, and suddenly you have like a novel on how to post to Instagram, when really you just need to post something, And so my number one tip for all 3 of these social media platforms that many of us use, some of us use all of them, some of us have Facebook business pages, Instagram pages, VIP group. Some of us heavily rely on one. Whatever it is, my number one tip always is consistency. And that's like, wow, Ellie, I'm going to log off because that was the biggest waste of my time to jump on and hear that word. But it really, really is. Like, consistency is the one thing that you have that you can do regardless of what amount of time you have for your business. And a lot of things, you guys can go down these rabbit holes off this call, but some of you guys who have Instagram, you know that you can link it to like your Facebook business page. So if you're posting on your Instagram, it's going to post on your Facebook page. So if you're like, how can I be consistent on all these things? Like, it's not as hard as you're making it. You're just getting so wrapped up in the what, the how, don't know what to say, don't know how to like take a selfie, don't want to take a selfie, don't want to do a video. I have nothing to give people. You're getting so consumed in that you're doing nothing, and if any of you guys have ever heard me speak, like, my biggest thing is just to take that bold step, take that step into these areas and do the consistent things. So I'm going to actually give you things to do before I'm like, okay, bye, have a good night, take bold steps, you're going to do great. One thing that I think really confuses people about social media, in my personal opinion, and something that's really helped me just stay not going crazy, really. When I say consistency, people are like, okay, so I'm going to post every day. Got it. But then we get off this call, right? I'm going to like rile you guys up and you're gonna be really excited. And then you get off this call and you're like, okay, I'm back to regular life. Now what? I find that people struggle with what to post, how to post, what to say, how to say it, what to wear, what, I don't know, hair up, hair down, Zaya, no Zaya, should I show my dog, should I show my kids? Like, they get so wrapped up in all this stuff. But really the biggest issue I find on social media is that people are just unclear on their mission and their vision. I have found that when I'm clear on my mission and my vision, I have no lack of content. There's no lack of things for me to say, because your mission, the reason you exist here, is something that the minute you start talking about it, you're excited. And the minute you're excited, you have 85 million things to say, Like, if I were to say tonight, think about this, you sell activewear. Yes. Do I believe that God put us all here because our reasoning in life is to sell spandex? No, I don't. I'm just going to say that. But one of my good friends, Blair, I don't even know if she's on here, I saw her post this once and it's never left me. She always said Zaya was, and she still says this, I think, is that Zaya is a vehicle for change in your life. And whatever that looks like for you, we all have sort of a long-term vision, hopefully not an end game, a long-term vision of what this looks like. I think this is important because at the end of the month, it allows you to not feel wrapped up in like, crap, I got to do that again. During rough times, mission and vision allows you to say, today is maybe not great, but like, I'm still here for this reason, during moments of like, what do I post or what do I say, or I don't have anything, all you do is revisit this. So mission and vision, I will define this for you. I'm also going to give you guys a resource. It's from Entree Leadership, which is a business coaching program, I guess you could say, that I have used in the past. It is a part of the whole Dave Ramsey world, but it was really cool when I first learned about mission and vision, because I learned about it maybe 6 months ago. And I was like, wow, that was really impactful for me. And I wish I would have started my network marketing business with this tool, with this thing, but it's not too late to change. When you're like, wait a second, just think Panera or McDonald's or whatever restaurant you've been in recently that you're like, wow, it looks different in here. It's not too late to change, and you can change. You should change. Hopefully in like 5 years, you're not the same person you are now, and that might mean things look different on your social media. But I'm going to give you guys a mission mapper, and I would highly encourage you to take, I don't know, like more than 2 seconds to fill it out. Like, unless your mission and vision on this earth is only worth 2 seconds of your time. But I don't think it is. I think that 113 people jumped on a call on, 114 jumped on a call on a Thursday night because they feel compelled to do well at this thing. You want to do good in your Zaya business, not because of the stuff Zaya gives you, but because you want more in your life. So give yourself more than like 2 seconds to fill this thing out that I send. I'm actually going to make sure Natalie gets it. So when she sends out that email, it'll all just be beautifully packaged. But it's going to walk you through just that whole mindset of why do you exist. And it's going to give you specifics though. So if I were to read you mine, it would say, I believe I exist to provide women with an online community. This is very important for me. I just said that earlier, like being a military spouse and being a 32-year-old mom, and like this is silly, but I don't find it the easiest to move once a year, every year, and make new friends everywhere I go. It's hard. But you guys, Zaya, this online community have been so consistent for me, and it's massively impacted my life. And I know that there are other people who need community the way that I do. Maybe they're military spouses. Maybe they're stay-at-home moms who are like going nuts in the monotony of stay-at-home mom world. Or maybe it's women who are at corporate jobs who need something more. They need, whatever that looks like. I know without a doubt, I am here. I exist to provide women with an online community, and I do it through the activewear channel. So it's pretty simple. I could like screenshot and share. I wrote mine out. It's all beautiful. I did tie in some components of that I do believe I'm here to be a part of those bold steps for people. And that I know that when they take those steps, whatever it is that they're trying to go after, they're going to get better at it. I don't know if you guys were in Salt Lake City at our conference that we had, but let me just quick mute this here.
Any hard time.
I pulled somebody up on stage. Anybody remember that? Pulled this girl up on stage. And at the time, I'm almost certain she was a rep. I don't know when she had started, but she was a rep. She had never used Facebook Live before. I'm like, I'll just pull somebody up who like has Facebook and like just doesn't want to go live because she's scared, But I don't even think she knew how to use her app on her phone, And so she did this thing and she went live, and I just saw last month, she's a senior rep now. And I know that's not me. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. But what I am saying is that is what feeds my soul. And now, Ellie, you're talking about Facebook groups, Instagram, your VIP groups. But if you don't get crystal clear on why you exist, you'll get real bogged down in the social media world. If you don't get clear on your message, on what it is that you want to put out there, why you exist, you'll always feel like you don't know what to do there. You'll always feel confused, and you won't want to be consistent in it because it's boring. So you gotta, some people say like your why, but I'm not talking about your why. I'm talking about a clear statement that if somebody said like, what is your mission in Zaya? You could rattle it off like in however long, hopefully not like 10 minutes, but I'm going to give you a mission mapper so that you can fill this out. Again, give yourself more than like 2 seconds because you deserve it. Your business deserves it. Your team deserves it. Your future reps deserve it. Your customers deserve to see you like operating at your highest potential. And now I think that this could easily tie into like, how could I break this up into teaching you guys about these 3 areas of social media. I will say my number one like used platform out of these 3 is my VIP group. It is the thing that I put the most time and energy into, followed up very closely by Instagram stories. Those are 2 things that I use consistently well because I love them. They're fun for me in those. So I don't feel like I'm being like, oh, I got to post this thing in here. I enjoy those, So you got to maybe look at, is there anything that needs to come off your plate? Are you forcing yourself to use all these social media platforms when you could just crush one? It's up to you. I can't tell you how to do these things. Now, your mission and vision will tie in very well to this stuff. You will be able to think about, what are you going to be posting and how often? When I say consistency, I think daily. Anybody here who has 10 minutes or an hour to devote to Amazon shopping and deals of the day, like my toddler is doing. Yeah, you can watch that in just a second. Any amount of time that you guys have, you could always post, once a day, in some capacity. And I'm gonna, you can. She learned how to use my headphones on the airplane, so just like 1 second, you guys. She's like really excited about this. Okay. Hey, we're making this work. Why don't you guys type in anything that you are thinking of right now, questions wise, while I stick headphones into a 2-year-old's ear holes. Here you go. Go by Uncle Kenson, he'll help you. Go over there. Okay. Okay, so when I say consistency, I actually wrote time by it because I know someone's gonna be like, oh, I don't have all this time in the world to do things. So you gotta get crystal clear on like what's the thing that you can do often. When I first started as a rep with Zaya, I was actually today going through all the reps that I've personally sponsored. I'm like, where did these people come from? A lot of them I knew before Zaya, but they didn't know what I was doing until I started posting about it. So in a way, it's a result of social media and me posting about it. I'm looking at Stephanie Lally and Leah Schragi right now, who are 2 people I've sponsored, and I knew both of them before Zaya. But when I started posting about Zaya, they were like, what are you doing? Stephanie had a party. Leah was like, she's my college roommate. So she's like, just shoot to me straight. I don't want any of your other stuff. But that was a result of social media. So if you guys are thinking like Facebook, Instagram, that stuff isn't worth your time, regardless of how much you have, I think I would say like 95% of my team came from there. And I continue to sell through these platforms. I am not a big like in-person event person. So social media is where I do this stuff. Let's see here. I would also tell you that new reps, new events, new sales are like the things, but I also want you to think like new friends and a bigger network. So sometimes we get so hyper-focused on like Zaya, sell Zaya, recruit for Zaya, that we forget that we can just build our network and we can build our like community of friends, and I'm not saying like, let's all have 85 million best friends, but it's not all about how can this person shop with me or join my team. Social media can be all the things. So, okay, I didn't want to talk too long. I wanted to do like 20 minutes, but I do want to give you guys a challenge on your social media. So there are in Zaya Life and Zaya Gals a ton of training videos on Facebook business pages, Instagram pages, VIP groups. So I know that that's what you guys wanted me to say, but I really think if your mission and your vision's lousy, you're gonna not lousy. If it's not clear, you're gonna struggle. You just are. You're gonna run into more roadblocks than you need to. But I want to do a challenge because I know you guys like want something. So I'm gonna be giving you a mission mapper to help you get really clear on this stuff. And I'm gonna tell you like, watch what happens with the content that just starts to flow. I like creativity. I like the arts. Like I like creating. I like thinking outside the box. That's how I've always operated here. But I want you guys to use a hashtag, and I want you guys to do a 21-day challenge with me, which is like, oh my gosh. I'm going to give you guys a 21-day habit tracker, and I'm going to send that to Natalie so she can mail that out too. But it's a 21-day habit tracker. You can print it off and you can keep it at your desk. And I want you to use the hashtag ZW Zaya Winter TS Training Series 21. ZWTS21. There's 127 people on here. Even if you guys just consistently did this for a week, do you know how many ideas you would have? You know what I mean? Like if you just check that hashtag, you'd be like, wow, that's a lot of people doing different cool stuff. And like, creativity feeds more of it, you know, like where energy flows, grows. So when people are doing new stuff and you're like, wow, that aligns with my mission and vision, I want to try that too. It just keeps flowing. ZWTS21. Use that hashtag on your Instagram, your Facebook, probably your Facebook business page, because nobody will see your VIP group because it's probably private. So your two like public pages. But here's the things I want you guys to do. Leah, type all these out in like one note and send them in here at one time. Okay. Number one is just post. Like, for goodness sakes, like, stop like getting so wrapped up in what filter you use. And like, by the way, if you're looking for great filters, Etsy and Creative Market, you can get them like super inexpensive. You can download them into a Lightroom app. I'm sure somebody's going to ask me which one I use. I use the one called Avocado. Okay, so post. That's like your first challenge. Just daily, just post. Go live somewhere. Share about the opportunity somewhere. I'm not saying do all of these in one day. I'm saying these are ideas for your once a day thing. Tell a story. If you guys were in Salt Lake City, tell a story. Kendra Hall, stories that stick. Outfit of the day. Like, that is so easy in our world. Outfit of the day. Behind the scenes. I love those behind the scenes videos. Like, what does it actually look like? Like, if somebody saw the behind the scenes right now, they'd be like, huh, I could probably do that too, you know? But you could share what's a party. Like, I've done like screen shares of a party to show people what a party is. Who are you? Like, for real, you know, the world of social media is so filtered with avocado filters and perfect poses and perfect outfits. You know, I'm so guilty of that too, but who are you for real? Like, on the regular, you know? I actually recruited somebody who she said she looked at multiple Zaya reps, and the reason she joined my team is because I was the only one out of everybody that she was looking at using Instagram stories. That's why she joined my team, because she felt like she knew who I was because I was just there. A hobby of yours. So these are all things that you can be posting about on Instagram, on Facebook, on your VIP groups. Like, these are things that will, for me, you know, if I'm going back to my mission and vision in this, they will build community around me, because I'm probably going to attract people who I'm sharing like things. You know, if I'm talking about, you know, I'm a military spouse, I'm a mom of a toddler, I like fitness, or I love to travel, or do I like anything else? I'm not sure, you know, whatever. But like, if I'm sharing these things that are very near and dear to me, I'm probably going to relate. I posted just the other day that I'm adopted. I was adopted on November 19th, and I shared that. I can't even believe how many Zaya reps are adopted. Like, I had Zaya reps, like, and I was like, wow, like, there's a community in itself that didn't exist before that post. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we get so consumed in like sell and recruit that we don't even think beyond that and what that could do in your businesses. Okay, so I'm going to stop quickly talking because I really want to just answer a few of these. I'm going to try to cut this at like 8:30. Okay, I'm going to scroll past Oklahoma. Let's see. I would love to know how you link your Zaya shop to your images so people can just shop right from your image. Great question, and I knew somebody was going to ask this. So I have a Facebook business page. I'm not as active there as I am on the other places, but a Facebook business page, if you just go log into your Facebook, up at the top, you're going to see a button that says create. Click that button, create a page. You can create yourself a Facebook business page, and I actually have a shop. So on the left where you have all the like tabs on your page, you can have a shop. And that's where when the new releases come out, I download the images from my email. I upload them with my link, not a party link, just my generic like link to that item. And then because my business page is linked to my Instagram, I'm able to do that. It didn't happen right away. I think Zaya Life and Zaya Gals have videos on how to do this, like tutorials. So make sure in the search bar on Facebook on either of those pages, you check this out. But that's how I'm able to do that. I don't actually know if that's like super beneficial in my sales though. I will honestly say that. And you can track your statistics on there. Will you define what mission and vision means? Hopefully April, that like sort of did that for you. And what is it? Yep. Dave Ramsey, love him. Let's see. Say to my rooming cousin, to listen, Tess, you're so nice. Okay, you keep people wanting to move forward and pushing them. Oh, you were so nice. I thought that was a question at first, but you were just really nice. VIP groups. Yeah. How do you break down how much you post business versus personal? I mean, I don't separate those. Like in my real life, I'm gonna, if I'm, sitting in here with my 18-year-old brother and my daughter, talking about my Zaya business is still gonna come up just naturally. So I think less of like, how do I separate those? And I think more about how do I naturally speak about who I am? I'm not compartmentalizing, my Zaya business and then who I am as Ellie. Like I do both. And so I wouldn't get too hung up on the correct way to do this. The like do 5 to 1. That's a very common thing you'll hear, 5 personal posts to 1 business post. But I am that way always, like if we just met at some point, I'm going to tell you like, I work, because somebody's going to ask, do you work? Yeah, I work from home. I'm a rep for an activewear company. I'm going to talk about it. So I say that very naturally in my posts or mostly my stories. Let's see here. Are you able to change an Instagram page name? I have one for boot camp that I used to run, but I'm thinking about changing the name to the name of my Facebook. Yes, you can change Instagram. You can change your handle and you can change like whatever your name is right there. Oh, somebody answered that for you. I'm really trying to figure out if the Facebook catalog that is required to take on Instagram is worth it and if we're even able to do it. Does Facebook just take a percentage or can we not connect it? I don't think Facebook takes a percentage to my knowledge. I have found, this is not like a science and please don't like show up at my door if this doesn't work for you. But I have found, and I know Natalie's going to disagree because I know that she does this. But I have found when you run Facebook ads, like when I'm paying Facebook, I don't get like in trouble with Facebook as often, but I know Natalie runs ads and I know she's been in jail. So I don't think that's the case for everybody. But I don't think they take a percentage. If they do, I've been completely like blindsided by that. Ellie, I assume you were able to set up your Facebook business page and choose checkout through external website and then connect Instagram from there, but it has changed and wondering if the rest of us cannot get the Instagram tagging feature. I really don't think you have to pay because I just recently started tagging stuff, like within the last 3 months. I did it when I first started and then I stopped because I didn't really know if anything was happening. And then just 3 months ago, I started doing it. And I haven't ever been asked to pay anything. And yeah, I just pull it from my rep website shop, not a party. Somebody said you have to pretend you're from another country. Somebody might get arrested. I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Leah posted everything there. So do you only have one Instagram page? Yes, I only have one. I found it very difficult to separate things. I've never wanted more. I've always wanted to be excellent at the things I enjoyed, the fun factor for me is very important. If I'm having fun in my VIP group and I'm having fun on Instagram stories, yes, I believe I have to diversify because those are borrowed land. At the end of the day, Facebook and Instagram are not ours. We don't own them, but I don't diversify on other social media platforms. I just also use an email list. But I have found that Instagram is easiest for me with one page. I am all the things, and I've never been overly heavy on just Zaya though, because I never wanted somebody to come and be like, she's only a Zaya rep. Like there's more to me than that. That's a huge part of my life, like big part of my life, but it's not all I am. Can you sum up in a nutshell what the difference is between Instagram stories and just posting on Instagram? Yeah. So Instagram, you can just like post a picture with a caption and like post it. Instagram stories is actually video. So I love it. It's like unedited. It's real. It's raw. You can just like, it's not live though. You can go live on Instagram, but they're like 15-second, little clips that you can record what you're doing or show what your daughter did that day or share a video of your brother riding on his bike today, which if you follow me on Instagram, you saw him. He was on his bike today. Like, I'm always sharing stuff on Instagram stories. Have you posted on LinkedIn? I haven't, but do it. I think LinkedIn's awesome. Is your one Instagram account a business account? It's a business account, and I did that on purpose in case I wanted to run ads. So you can run ads through your Facebook business page or your Instagram business account. When do you decide to go bigger? I hope that makes sense. I don't know when to start doing more. I think you do know, actually. I know that's like reverse psychology, Ellie, but like I think you know the answer. Like you know, and you don't need permission. Like you know when you're ready to do more and to level up. Like you can feel it, you know. You're maybe comfortable, maybe complacent. I'm not saying you are these things. I'm just saying you will feel like, yep, I got it in my tank. I got it in my wheelhouse. You know, there's a really great ebb and flow of like your energy. Sometimes your grind hustle, sometimes your self-care nurture. But you know, like you'll feel that pull to go. So just trust yourself. Like if I could encourage you guys with anything on social media, it's we're so consumed in this belief that so many people know more than us. And I agree. Don't take that as me saying don't get better or don't learn or don't craft your skill or learn from people who are wiser, but don't let that hold you back from doing the things. Like you are capable and you have it in you to be great at Instagram, be great at Facebook, be great at your VIP groups. You just got to stop letting other people make you believe you're not there yet.
Don't let the better people.
My 18-year-old brother's chiming in over here. Okay. I think that's all the questions. So I'm going to send the mission mapper to Natalie, and I'm also going to send these little questions to her along with the 21-day habit tracker. My biggest like encouragement to you guys is to like, there's no perfection ever in life. There's no perfection. You just got to do it. You got to step in, you got to do it. And you got to go live one time and be like, wow, that was really bad. But like, guess what? Your next one will be better. And you got to post one time and be like, I sound like a moron, but that's okay. Like I'm still standing. Anybody watch the movie Sing? You gotta do the things. You gotta do it. And you won't get better. You won't get more confidence. You won't get more skill set unless you do it. You can't just keep listening to podcasts and watching videos. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording here